So here I would like to present my thesis writing design proposal. My name is Arum Puspita Sari with my last student number is 090 and I'm from class Cultural Studies 1. The title is The Portrayal of Physical and Emotional Prowess of Women in Turning Red 2022, a Semiotics Approach. Next, I would like to tell you about the background of the study. So in contemporary society, gender issues are still rife because society has its own stereotypes about women, which creates hope for women to be soft and weak creators. This creates significant barriers for women in daily life due to their physical deficiencies. In fact, women can have more power like men with balance that they can hold their emotions. People often underestimate women. This is a problem that is often encountered in society. Today, the media often presents women with being confident, strong, and heroic, as in the film Turning Red 2022, which began with a legend when a woman was forced to defend her village, while she didn't have the physical ability to do so. Finally, she turned into a giant red panda. The issue raised is that women are described as sickle weak, so they must turn into a red panda first to have a sickle strength. However, at the same time, women are also described as having a large emotional capacity, so they can hold the appearance of the red panda. Therefore, the researcher is interested in using Turning Red 2022 as an object because the characters who assert the dominance of physical and emotional prowess significantly affect their behavior, thoughts, and action. In this study, Roland Barthes' semiotic theory used its components, denotation, connotation, and myth. The next part is the significance of the object. So, as I said before, the researcher is eager to analyze the Turning Red because it focuses on controlling women's emotional prowess, and it dismantles about stereotype that even though women have less physical strength, but they have a great emotion and it can be controlled. Also, it portrays a woman's superiority. And the other film that is related to the Turning Red is Mulan. So Mulan is defining the stereotypes of women in order to break the traditional traits of women, and it emphasizes that not all women are feminine. She has got some qualities that should have been given to a man. And the previous study has analyzed the female masculinity in this movie. And the next movie is Wonder Woman. It focuses on the development of the dominance of women. It deals with female masculinity and how it dismantles the traditional or stereotypical definition of masculinity. And the object has already been discussed clearly towards female masculinity. The next part is positioning of the study. The study regarding the movie Turning Red 2022 hasn't been discussed or found in the previous studies. The researchers consider the study to be a new study, not to mention that the use of physical and emotional prowess of women pictured in the film is rarely found. The issue that is brought up is how the nature of the domination of physical and emotional prowess was carried out by several actresses from this movie, namely Mei Mei, Ming, and Grandma Wu. However, there have been several studies that are relevant to the current study, such as first, a study conducted by Tara and Chaplin describes a developmental biopsychosocial model of gender differences in emotion expression in childhood. The results are consistent with Lafrance and College's finding that the gender differences in emotion expression, perhaps depending on the type of emotion, may disappear or be attenuated in non-Caucasian groups. Overall, there is emerging evidence that gender differences in emotion expression may depend on ethnicity and cultural texts, although much more research is needed. And the second study conducted by Latifatu Zahro analyzed gender stereotype based on the role of the 5-year engagement movie. The results of the research describe basic kinds of gender stereotypes. There were found data indicated personality traits, 5 data for domestic behavior, 2 data for occupation, and 4 data for physical appearances. Then these data were classified into types of gender stereotypes based on the rules. There were 7 data for masculinity, 5 data for femininity, and 5 data for androgyny. Based on the analysis, the dominant types of gender stereotype based on the roles was masculinity, which had 8 data. The last study conducted by Lauren Dundas aims to portray Disney's animated hero Pocahontas has been touted as a new type of protagonist differing from her predecessors whose lives revolve around men. Pocahontas remains eventually does become subordinate to her role in protecting the social fabric of her village, defending civil toward conflicting messages about not only the appropriate role for women, but also their changing discontinuous role. Pocahontas has modeled a stereotypical and unrealistically fluid transformation from self-indulgence to altruism for hundreds of thousands of young women. So the next is statement of the problem. Based on the background of the study, the statements of the problem are developed as follows. First is how physical and emotional prowess of women was pictured in Turning Red. And the second, what is science system used in the film Turning Red to represent the physical and emotional prowess of women? Next is references. So thank you for listening to my presentation. Lastly, I apologize for all my shortcomings and mistakes. See you.